Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. My name is Amit Bahedia and today I am going to share my latest project, and the project is basically the part of Codebasics Resume Challenge, and it was a great learning experience for me. This project is basically on an imaginary learning Goodcabs, which is basically in the ride hailing industry. So first to see what ride hailing industry is, let's understand the business model of it. Okay, so ride-hailing industry, you know about that. It's the service that enables user to book cabs via online apps through the mobile or any other platform. And we also know that it is a part of share economy models which leverages technology for convenience and efficiency. And the business model is based on the commission-based revenue. So we all know that whatever the driver earned from the customers, they have to give certain percentage to the company. So this is one of the revenue stream of the company for this particular industry. But there are some other ways also which by which the company generates the revenue in this industry. For example, there is a subscription fees, advertising related things, and there are many other things also by which companies generate the revenue in this particular industry. So if we see the normal thing in this industry is that the customer books a ride via the platform and then it matches the ride with the driver, and then the driver completes the trips and receive the payment, and then certain amount of payment driver has to share with the company. So this is the basic things. This is something the basic. There are many other things also within the business model. There are many things are considered. Now let's talk about the key metrics of this industry. So every industry has a key metrics on the basis of the outlook of the industry is the decided, performance of the industry is the decided. Similarly, there are key metrics for this industry also. So first we can say it's the revenue. So how much the revenue the company has generated through the passenger fare, subscription fees, advertisement fees, and other things. How many users have registered on the platform, the ride volume, the total number of rides over a specific time periods, average fares, average rating, and the retention rate. So these are the key metrics, but there are many other metrics also, and company has to analyze based on the requirement. Okay, so that's the basic about the ride-hailing industry. Now let's see the Power BI dashboards in which I have created various measures and as per the requirement. And I have created two dashboards. One dashboard is for the passenger and revenue, and another dashboard is for the trips data. So let's venture passenger dashboard first. So in the passenger dashboards, you can see I have created various filter on the basis of the city, month, and the day type. The one of the most important thing in this industry is that key analysis is done on the basis of city. So if we talk about the city, things cannot be same in Mumbai or the Delhi. Things are different in Mumbai. Number of registered users are different in Mumbai. Number of registered uh, users are different in Delhi. So you can see the terms and conditions, even the environmental related things are different in different cities. So definitely analysis is done on the basis of the city, and then on the basis of the results which we get for a particular city, actions are taken. Okay. So here, if I Jaipur city is already selected. If for example, if I city select Indore, if I say if I select city Indore, then I will get the results for the Indore city. You can see I am getting a result for the total distance travel, maximum distance travel, average passenger rating, total revenue. Even there is one table which I'm getting for the target passenger detail. So you know that every company and every industry has a target. So in this particular industry also there is a target for the new passenger, there is a target for the trips, and which are very important to achieve. And definitely the percentage of every city is measured on the basis of their target achievement rates for the trips as well as the new passengers, as well as for the repeat passengers also targets are there. So there are several types of targets which can be created. Okay. So if I want to see the performance of the Indore for the February month or any month, I just need to click on that. Then I will get the data for that particular month only. So that if we see the things for the February month, we are getting the total distance, some value for the total distance, passenger rating for the passenger rating for the month of the February, and total revenue generated in the month of the February. Similarly, if I need to see the things for the March, I can get the things for the March. Even there is an option for the day type also. What are the stats on the weekday? what are the stats on the weekend. So sometimes there is a difference in there. The weekend stats and weekday stats they definitely are there. But as far as what I've seen from the data in the writing industry, there is no much difference in the operational part for the weekends and weekdays, because in the weekdays also people use this kind of facilities if they want to go to their office or any other place, and the weekdays also weekends also these things are there. So you don't find so much difference on the revenue on the weekend as well as weekdays. Just like if I see the revenue generation for the total revenue for the indoor for the weekday, it's a 0.52, and on the weekend is 0.75. So that's not a very big difference. So you don't find the revenue difference for company in this industry as per the weekend and weekdays. You will find the major difference city wise. Yeah, if you see the revenue generation for overall for the last 6 months for the indoor is 4.35 million. But if I see the revenue generation for the Jaipur for the last 6 years is 24.29 million. So basic difference on all these things you will find in city wise. Okay, so how many new passengers were there for the Jaipur in the last 6 months? It's 83.02 new passenger percentage, and the repetition percentage is also 6.98. Similarly, if I want to see the repeat passenger for the Kochi in the for the this 6 months data, we can see the repeat passenger percentage is 25.84. I can also see this data monthly wise, so I just need to select the month and I get the data on the basis of this particular month. Okay, so in this way we can generate the insights as per our the requirement. So you can select any city or you can query anything and you get the data on the basis of that. Okay. Similarly, I need to check for the Lucknow. I will get the data for the Lucknow. If I need to get the data for the Mysore, I will get data for the Mysore. Weekend, weekdays, you can select overall. Okay. So this is the passenger the revenue dashboard. Now we can see the trip dashboard. So trip dashboard is basically the information on the trips part. Okay, how many trips are there on the weekends? How many trips are on the weekends? Trips categorization by new passenger type, new and repeat passenger. So here also you can select any of the industry, any of the city which you want to see, and then you can select the month for which you want to see the data. If you don't select the month, data will come for all the 6 months. And if you select the weekend, data will come for the weekend. If you select the weekday, data will come for the weekday. So in this way, you can generate the insights as per the requirement. So as I told previously, many measures are created. It's completely up to your problem statement, what you want. So any dashboard is not fixed. It keeps change as per the requirement. If there is any additional metrics which we need to add, definitely we can add that on the basis of data we have. Okay. So that's all about the dashboard part within the Power BI, how insights are generated. Now I have summarized the key insights in our presentation. So let me show you the presentation. So here there is the key insights. You can see the first key insight that the city performance and the demand trends. So you can see the city-wise performance for the total passenger. Jaipur and Kochi had the highest total passengers are there. With if we see the passenger count, total passenger count for this the 6 month data, it's 55,538 and 34,402 for Jaipur and Kochi. So in the presentations, I have summarized the things on the basis of the 6 month data. So if you need to if you want to see the data for the specific month or for the specific day, you can refer to that the dashboard link. So these all the dashboard links and all the dashboard link as well as the this particular presentation I will include in the post, the LinkedIn post. Okay, so it's the total new passenger data table or the total passenger column I have also included. So you can see the Jaipur and Kochi had the highest total passenger. Coimbatore received if you see the Coimbatore the target achievement rate in percentage, it was 113.52, which was highest as compared to the other cities. Similarly, if we see the total trips and the total target achievement rate for trips, Jaipur again outperforms in this particular data also. Messi also show the exceptional performance, 120% as measure also achieved, and Kochi also exceeds its target. But there are few cities which felt short of the target. You can see the Baroda and the Jaipur. So now the company can identify on the basis of the total trips target which cities they need to focus. Just like if we see the Jaipur, as Mysore as well as Kochi, they had exceeded the target. So company is rest assured that these are the good performing city, and they need to focus more on the cities like Vadodara and the Lucknow. Okay, so they need to understand why their target achievement rate is low, what are the problems, what are the challenges are there. That all the things company has to see for this city. Now, the next slide is on the repeat passenger behavior, and the repeat passenger behavior is very important. It's very necessary to have the good percentage of the repeat passenger, because definitely this is the something by which we can derive the retention rate, and we can also come to know how the customers are liking the services of the platform. So from this visual, we can see the demonstrates the highest percentage of the repeat customer, strong customer loyalty. Lucknow has also follow closely. It's 15.65 and 14.09. The repeat customers are there. Repeat customers are very important to see the performance. How many customers are repeatedly using the services. So that's also main thing. So how they identify the repeat customers? Definitely, if you book anything from the cab, and if you book anything through any platform, and then your name will be there, your registration name will be there. So they come to know from this particular names, these much cabs are booked for this particular month or this particular week. So by this they come to know what is the percentage of there. So they have a total customer data, and then from that they can easily find how many passengers are repeated. So it's very important. It's very important for the revenue generation also. If there is increase in the repeated passenger, definitely there will be increase in the revenue generation as well. So he can see the Jaipur again demonstrates the highest percentage of repeat customers, followed by the Lucknow and Surat. Coimbatore and Message have the lowest repeat passenger rate. So company now here the company. So for every metric, we can say here there is a focus company. It's not like that uh, it's like a, that few cities have performed exceptionally well in few metrics, and few cities have performed exceptionally well in another metrics. Just like if we talk about the target part, uh, Coimbatore and Mysore performed well, but as far as the repeat percentage behavior is there, uh, their percentage is very low. So now for this particular metric, company focus cities are Coimbatore and the Mysore. So it's very easy for the company now on the repeat percentage part. On the repeat percentage viewer, they have to focus on the Coimbatore and Mysore. For the target achievement part, they have to focus on the target achievement rate. They have to focus on the Surat and Baroda. So for every metric, there is a target city. It's not like that everything is same for each city. Okay. Now the next slide we have on the financial and operational efficiency. Again, here if you see the Jaipur has the highest percentage of the revenue, followed by the Kochi and the Lucknow, and the revenue percentage is less for the Coimbatore and Mysore. Even we saw in the last slides there, uh, repeated customer percentage was also very less. So definitely they now the company focus is that how they can increase the revenue in the Coimbatore and Mysore. Because if you look at the target achievement rate of the Coimbatore and Mysore, it is good, but as far as the repeat passengers and the revenue generations, uh, they are not performing at the par. So company can think about the city, what are the problems in these cities, and what can be done to improve the revenue as well as the repeat percentage behavior. Next is the next is the operational efficiency. So in the operational efficiency, we talk about the total number of trips and the total distance travel. So company have to see, just like if we see, uh, if we talk about the revenue part, so what the it is totally depend upon the distant travel. More distant travel means more revenue, and just like here, also from this visual, we can say that Jaipur shows the highest distance travel within the highest number of trips, we can say. So, number of trips are higher in Jaipur as well as the total distance. Because definitely, if the number of trips are higher, definitely the distance travel is also higher, we can say. So, indicating strong operational output, we can say. Mysore, we can say that 268 kilometer travel, but the trips are only 16,000. So, appear less efficient, potentially indicate underutilized capacity means you can see if you see the trips to distance ratio for the Mysore, it's the 16,000 trips for 16,000 trips for 268,000 distance travel to 68,000 kilometer distance, but it's so that it's not very efficient because if we see the 16,000 trips, total number of trips is the 16,000, then the distance travel should be more. So company definitely have to consider that key how many trips are there and how much distance is traveled. They need to see that. They have to figure out that it should not be there. There should be more number of trips, but the distance travel is less. So that is also very trips to distance travel is also a very key ratio, or they have to see because if the number of trips are high but the distance is less, so there is no uh, increase in the generation of the revenue. We can easily understand. So there should be like that. If the trips and the distance, both the company has to see. Both matters a lot. Even it's for the driver also. So if 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 we if we see these things from the driver point of view also, it is important for the driver to have a good proportion of the total distance travel as well as the total trips. Because if there is no proper proportion in both these things, then uh, there is no increase in the revenue generation. So there should be a proportion is there because if the trips are more, definitely there should be more distant travel. It's there. Then only because revenue is here is totally generated on the basis of the total distance travel. If you talk about the core revenue part, more distant travel, more revenue will be there. Okay. Now the next slide is on the customer satisfaction. It's on the overall rating part. So the target rating, the company had set up the target rating was 8, and we from the visual we can see that Jaipur, Kochi, and the Mysore exceeded the target, but the few cities like Lucknow, Surat, Baroda fell short of the target. So definitely company can think about this for the customer satisfaction part for the rating part. They can see the Surat, Lucknow, Surat, and Baroda. They can see what are the problems. They can study the customer feedbacks in the detail, what's they are facing, what's the issues, and then they can rectify them. Now, the final slide is on the strategic recommendation on the basis of the insight generated. So, if you see the strategic recommendation, it is as per the city. For example, if we talk about enhanced performance in underperforming city, target city. So, if we see we discuss about it, the target achievement rate was less for Baroda, Surat, Lucknow. So, company can think about why the target achievement rate was less. So, company can do the localized marketing campaigns, promotional discounts, optimize driver allocations, and other things. And if we now the second is on the improved customer retention is the low repeat passenger cities. So here we discuss about the target city, Mysore and the Coimbatore. So we saw on the slide the repeat percentage customers was very less in the Mysore and the Coimbatore. So company can think about it for this particular metric. These are the focus cities, and company can focus on customer engagement such as ride discounts. The revenue part again is the Coimbatore and the Mysore because the target passenger performance was also very less. So we can see they can include the dynamic pricing and the target promotions are there. So by this, the revenue can be generated. So for every metric, there is a focus city, and this is something in the real industry also for this. All the strategic locations are on the base of the city. For the customer focus, we can say Lucknow, Surat, Baroda fell short of the target ratings. So company can think about it, what can be done to improve the rating. So last finally, sustained growth is. So in the initial slides, we discussed about Jaipur, Kochi, Mysore are high-performing city. Obviously, Mysore is short fell of the target for the revenue and what we can say, repeat customer part. But actually, if we talk about the target achievement rate of the Mysore, it is at par, and it is very good. It is very good as compared to the other city, except the Jaipur and Kochi. So the main thing is here for the company that they need to sustain the performance. If these cities are generating a good amount of revenue as well as the targets are achieving in the city, the company need to see ki what can be done. They can expand the fleet size, capitalize on the seasonal demand. If the seasonal demand is there, they can increase the number of drivers, they can increase the routes, and all these things can be done. So these are just the strategic recommendation on the basis of insights which I have generated, but there are many more. And yeah, so that's all about the this project. I hope you like it, and I hope you have enjoyed it. And yeah, I will share the video link as well as this presentation along with the Power BI dashboard in my LinkedIn post. Uh, thanks once again for your patience listening, and have a nice rest of the day.